We talked earlier in the program about how the Cowboys would like to deal directly with players. That's one of the reasons why Agent Rocky Arsenault has Ezekiel Elliott in Cabo and not with the team in Dallas. But, Chris, regardless of who the Cowboys are talking to, Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner, said on Wednesday that they are not making any progress, not any movement at all, and there were no talks planned in the next day or so. And, well, we're getting closer and closer to week one. I think both sides are really dug in.
I agree.
For this holdout to last into the regular season.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mike, all the way there. It doesn't look like. I had some people like texting me, about their fantasy league. Should I draft Ezekiel Elliott? You think he's going to come back soon? And I just said, I don't know. I have no inside info here, but it just doesn't look good. I don't expect it to happen. I really don't. Again, I look at it. I still think this week one matchup for the Dallas Cowboys is going to be dangerous. I think the Giants can match up with the Cowboys in a lot of different ways. I know they're not necessarily as talented, but they are big up front, the New York Giants. And Pat Shurmur, Dick Gettleman, what they've built with their offensive line and their front seven on defense, I think does give the Cowboys some issues. Mike, what do you think it is? Is it as simple as this, Mike? He's being offered something between Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley, and he wants more than Todd Gurley, right? That's what it just seems like.
Yes, and also the Cowboys spent months thinking that they would be able to kick this into next year. They didn't have their brains wrapped around the reality that they were going to have to pay Ezekiel Elliott now. They thought they could focus on quarterback Dak Prescott, receiver Amari Cooper, next year deal with Zeke. Especially, hey, we saw what happened to Todd Gurley in year 4, and the Rams surely wish in hindsight they hadn't given Todd Gurley his contract after only 3 seasons, so they had the protection that came from that. Another year of wear and tear. Where is Zeke at that point? How much do we really want to pay him? And also, how much does the offense change under Kellen Moore? Maybe Zeke's no longer the focal point after a season of Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper and Kellen Moore's offense. So maybe that's a way you can squeeze Zeke next year. I just think all the factors combined, they weren't ready for this, and now they don't know how to get out of this mess without making Ezekiel Elliott the highest paid running back in the NFL, and they don't want to do it.
No, well, they need to do it because that's what he deserves, and that's what he is. And, unlike Todd Gurley, and I know they can look at that and go, oh, well, he got his money and then he got hurt. Yeah, but he has no injury history. The guy is a sledgehammer. He's just built to withstand it. It looks like it. I don't know. You look at him, Mike. Look how dense he is. It looks like if you tried to stick a knife into his shoulder, the knife would bend. It wouldn't go in. That's just how powerful of a human being he is, and I don't think he's a guy that is going to get injured or fall off earth here anytime soon. He was put on earth to play running back in the NFL with the way he's built, and he has never shown any signs of being hurt or anything like that. And Gurley, as we know, came into the NFL hurt and with some issues there. So it is a different scenario, and I think ultimately Zeke's doing the right thing, and I hope he does get to be the highest paid running back in the sport.
And I think Jerry Jones is trying to lay the foundation to declare victory when Elliott returns around week 6 or week 7, as he will need to do in order to get credit for this year of his contract. There was an arbitration that was filed by Joey Galloway years ago.
Yeah, I remember
the end result of that is you need to be on the active roster. If you're under contract, you need to be on the active roster for at least 8 games to get credit for this year of your contract. Otherwise, everything gets kicked back by another year, and Zeke has gained nothing. So I could see him showing up around week 6 or week 7. And consider this quote from Jerry Jones on Wednesday to 105.3 The Fan in Dallas. We've got a marathon here. When we get to the playoffs, we want Zeke. We want Zeke when we're in the dog days of the season. That means when Zeke shows up, week 6, week 7, week 8, and he gets there in time to be on the active roster for 8 games, Jerry can say, hey, this is all we wanted anyway. Who cares about the first 6 games?
Yeah.
We want him to be ready to go for the important games. So they're already staking out that territory to be able to say, it's fine. You missed 5 or 6 regular season games? That's fine. We didn't need you for those games anyway. We need you for the important games, so we still got our way.
Well, then Zeke needs to put a statement out there and goes, when I get there week 6 and 7 and I'm a little tired in the 3rd and 4th quarter, I'm coming out of the game. Sorry, I'm just tired. I don't know if I'm in good enough shape yet. He's got to do things to protect his life and his body then. If they want to play hardball that way, I always go back to this. It's hard to be a player like Ezekiel Elliott when you know you're getting very close to getting into a situation where you go, ooh, my life is going to change forever. I'm going to be able to support my family forever. You've heard me tell the story about Brandon Marshall, right? I'm there in the Eagles locker room. We're getting ready to play them he's about to be a big-time, free agent wide receiver. And it's week 16, and he's yelling, I can't play like this. I can't, and it's just me and him in the locker room, but he's letting me know he can't go out there and just be the beast Brandon Marshall wants to be, because he knows he's 2 games away from, changing his whole life and everything he worked hard for. And that's where I hope the fans can have some sympathy for the player in these type of situations.
We always know about the holdout. The hold-in is a very real dynamic in the NFL, where a guy's maybe got a hamstring issue, maybe he's got some headaches, maybe he's got some back problems, until he gets that new contract. And that's something we can't – not that we condone it.
Yeah.
Not that we condone the shenanigans, but they do
hardball.
Happen from time to time. You need to be ready for that.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.